Yeah, a lot of Disney, but coming at you with another video here. Now, in the previous videos, we did open the Dungeons and Dragons Stranger Things starter set and the 5th edition normal starter set here. And I figured, why not open another Dungeons and Dragons box set? And so I got us this little thing here, the Essentials kit. And this is pretty much an updated version of the starter set with a lot more goodies. So, are you guys ready for this adventure? Let's nerd out.
So here we are with the Essentials kit. Finally got this. Now this is newer than the starter set, like I mentioned on the introduction, but this one, it does say everything you need to create characters and play new adventures. So you will be able to create characters in this. It does come with a lot more stuff. As you can see, it does come with the Dungeon Master screen, 11 dice instead of 6, a bunch of cards, which is nice, poster maps, which is very nice too. And the adventure on this is also different than the one from the starter set. So let's take a crack at this and see what's inside firsthand. See. So first off, we have the 11 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's just open this with this. I believe, yeah, so it's 1d12. It's just transparent red, nothing fancy. This is a d10, and we actually have a percentile d10 here, which was what was missing on the other starter sets. They didn't actually have this. They only had the 1d10, the normal one, because honestly, you don't use percentile d10 in Dungeons and Dragons, but there you have it. At least now you have a quote-quote full set. 7 would be the full set. And they have 4d6, because a lot of times you have to roll 4 times. Even on creating characters, you roll 4. So that's that. There is 1d4, 1d8, and 2d20s, which is always nice to have. And yes, let's move on. This is the adventure book, The Dragon of Icespire Peak. It's not focusing. It's pretty thick. It even has map keys. Oh, very interesting, very nice. Shrub and stuff. Look at the contents. Running the Adventure, Axel Home, Butterscotch Ranch. So this is like a full-fledged campaign. It's not just a one-shot adventure like the starter set one. It does seem like a decent-sized campaign. Obviously, it's not going to be as long as the huge ones, but you know, it's fairly interesting. You see the monsters. It's fairly detailed, the different maps. Very cool, very cool. So I'll have to look more into this later. It does have this little box, which I don't know if it's for the cards or for the dice. It's a cool enough little box, easy to assemble. These are the cards. Initiative. Oh, so you draw cards for the initiative instead of rolling the dice. It's fairly interesting. This is the ailments, I think. Prone, poisoned, conscious, stunned, combat, magic charm. Oh, charm of the storm, combat step by step. Grapple, deafened, blinded, frightened. Okay, very cool. So just like cool stuff to have when running the campaign. Just like a nice thing to have on the side. They tell you what each ailment does. Incapacitated and incapacitated creature can't take action or reaction. So it's just like it's good for the DM to have on the side. Here's like some NPCs to look at. And information about them. So yeah, it's just stuff that is good to have, fun to have, for the dungeon master to look through and have easy access to them. Just potions and stuff. And I guess to give to the players, like when they get like a goggle of night, you give that to them, or like shuffle this and make them draw one as a reward, or stuff like that, you know. +1 shield, +1 sword, short sword. It's very cool, very nice thing to have. This is the Essentials rulebook. It's definitely a lot thicker than the other rulebooks that we had on the starter sets. So yeah, the content as well, it's definitely more detailed. Creating a character, so it starts off with creating a character, which is already something that they didn't have on the starter sets. We only got pre-made characters on the starter sets, so this already is making much more detailed for players to play. Playing the game, okay, I believe those are similar. Environment, equipment, spells, appendix, sidekicks and conditions. Yeah, so this sidekick thing, I'm guessing that's what I was wondering about, because if you see on the front of the box, it says for 2 to 6 players, whereas the starter set ones, if you take a look here, it says 3+ players. So if it's for 2 players, I'm guessing it would be 1 DM and 1 person playing, and that's where the sidekick system kicks in, and they actually have the rules for that in here, I'm guessing, somewhere. But in Appendix 8 they have sidekicks for you to play when you're playing alone, I'm guessing. Sidekick level, sidekicks. Here you go. Let's take a look. On your adventure, the DM might reveal that you've been befriended a special character called Sidekick who joins the party. The appendix presents a game statistics for sidekicks, on which there are 3 types. Yeah, so I'm guessing if you're playing by yourself, or I guess if you're playing with a party as well, you can have NPCs that help you out as sidekicks. So that's an interesting and different thing from the other one. This is the DM screen. It's very cool. Has the white dragon, orcs, elves, and their party. So let's just open this. So there is actions in combat, conditions, difficulty, and yeah, just useful information for the DM to know. Interesting. Gargantuan, huge, tiny. That's the scale size of miniatures. But yeah, so it's a cool little DM screen. I mean, it's nothing too fancy. It's just um, thicker paper, kind of, but still, it's definitely nice to have, especially for those starting out who don't have one. Buying the Essentials Kit, you can at least have this, and of course the empty character sheets, which is always nice. Like I mentioned, most of us do want a personalized thing, so that's good to have. There's some spam stuff. Behind it, there is codes to unlock the Dragonspire Peak story as a digital thing, and then unlocking additional content for the adventure, and unlocking a promotional code, 50% off of the player handbook, as a digital format. And here we see the poster map. It's very thin though, so it will most likely wear out very quickly. City, town, ruins. This is the Sword Coast. Just like them being already folded, you can already see that it's wearing them out. So yeah, it's cool to have, but probably wouldn't use this too much. Or maybe you would print this out, a printed version, to just have as a, you know, something you use often, because this itself, I don't think it would last too long. And that is it. But so yeah, I paid, I think, $18 for this in the American Amazon actually, and they brought it down here for quite more expensive because I needed to pay the import fees. But for those of you who are in the States, it might be a lot better to just buy this Essentials Kit for $18 instead of the starter set, the normal starter set for like $15 or $16. Forget how much it was. It's only a few dollars different, and it does come with a lot more stuff. So I think that would be very much worth it. The rulebook also has more details. It's, definitely is not like the player's handbook, I guess, but it is more detailed than the other two starter sets. And that is it. And yes, I will see you when I see you next time. Hopefully we can get some more Dungeons and Dragons stuff to talk about in future videos. Yeah, aside from that, until then, I guess, stay nerdy, and remember guys, always nerd on.